live.
And we're live.
I think that might be like our sort of catchphrase type, and we're live.
And we're live. Yeah, exactly. So it looks like it's monitoring. It's been 22 seconds, which is,
awesome.
See, okay.
And we are live.
And we are live. Hey, everyone on YouTube. How's it going? We're just going to let everyone kind of trickle in and find the room and find the live streams and everything. And I'm pretty sure that caught the little safe for work thing that we just talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're good. Hey, Uzair, I'm going to put this. Sorry, I have this on the wrong view. There we go. We got both windows up. So yeah, I'm just want to say hello to everyone on YouTube and I think Facebook. I think we're streaming there as well. And we got Rob here and Patty.
Morning, everyone. Well, hello, everyone, wherever you are around the world.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Yeah, so it was a pleasure to have Uzair from SF Digital Studios. Can't wait to learn more all about what you're doing, Uzair. And I've just been told that you've been doing a 90-day Facebook Live challenge. So we although we don't have a definitive number yet, we're in that mode right now, and it seems to be quite an experience.
Sorry, guys, 1 second. Okay, there you go.
But how you been getting on, mate?
Fine, thank you. Hello, everybody, and thanks, Rob and Patty, for inviting me. Super excited to share my experiences and my journey on YouTube for the last 10 months or so.
Yeah. So why don't you give us let everyone know who's watching a bit more about who you are, what you're about, and your business, and what your journey's been so far.
So me and my wife, we run the business from Leighton Buzzard in the UK, in a small town. We started off as traditional photographers, but as Google, YouTube, Amazon, social media came along, the work completely changed from just being traditional photographers to headshot photographers, then product photographers. Then video came along. Customers started asking us, why don't you do our videos? We started doing videos. Then on a website, the two most important things are photos and videos. And we were doing both of them. So the client would say, well, why don't you do our website? So that idea popped in, and I said, yeah, that's a really cool idea. So we started venturing into websites. And so we could, take someone from completely from concept to a full-fledged website, all being done in-house with a team of 8 now we have. And then when you have a website, then you need traffic. Yeah. So I've been using AdWords since 2009, but only for our business. Yeah. And then we started to get requests. Well, we need traffic, we need AdWords. And when other colleagues, friends, and clients hear about what you're doing on AdWords, then they want to have that piece of the pie as well. So I applied for being a Google partner. So we've got our Google partner status since the last 5 years. And I'm also one of the very few who is also YouTube certified. So what we can do is we can help any kind of business with paid advertising strategies as well as organic. So if you don't want to do paid, you can do organic. If you don't want to do organic, you can do paid. So in both ways, we can help businesses or professionals or marketeers with the business.
It's a really interesting story because the business has evolved so much. And like you said, from you starting off just doing photography, and now you're running a whole digital marketing agency. Yeah, that's quite incredible. So 2009, you must have seen an absolute heap of changes with AdWords and how Google seems to be running it. What do you think's been the biggest change to date, or what do you think has impacted, either all your customers, all your clients, or everyone that is using AdWords to grow their business?
Well, I think now it's not a question of just putting an ad campaign and getting the conversions, which used to happen. You turn on the tap and you start to get leads and conversions. Yeah. The biggest change I feel is the path to a conversion is a very, very complicated one. Yeah. And a confusing one as well, because somebody will go to Google, then they'll go to Facebook, then they'll go to YouTube, then they'll go to review websites, then they go to blogs, they'll ask friends and family members. So these are all the various touch points. And then they are going to decide where to buy from. So you got to be at all these various touch points, and very few people understand this. Well, branding campaigns are a waste of exercise. Not really, because if you have a brand campaign running, then you will see the conversions dropping in there and getting more and more month on month if you are running a branding campaign. And a lot of business owners I meet and see, they refuse to bid on their own brand, which I find very strange, because why allow your competitors to take that top spot when somebody's searching for your own brand terms? So that is the case. You've got to have search, video, display or image ads, all of these campaigns running side by side or at the same time to get the results which you need. So it is a fairly, a complicated path, as I said, to a conversion. It won't happen straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting what you said there, because we talk about something similar, specifically around online courses. You have to be creating content, and you have to be engaging with people at every part of that customer journey, or that or that sales funnel. Yeah, and you have to obviously ensure that your content is we would say omnipresent as well. You've just got to be seen everywhere. So that's a really great tip. And again, I've definitely heard that working in in an agency environment previously. We'd always hear it where people say, I don't want to spend 5-10K a month on branding because it's a waste of money. I can't see the immediate return on investment, but it's more about ensuring you're always top of mind. So I think that's a really great takeaway. And I know there's a lot of really, really cool stuff that you can do with YouTube to almost sometimes game the system and maximize your return. So what are the key things that you could do with YouTube to ensure that you're always front and center as a brand, as an entrepreneur, as a course creator?
So what you need to do is to first find out what your audiences are looking for, right? Don't just put up content thinking, oh, well, I think they will like this, or I like this, and I'm going to put it up, which is fine. Sometimes we do. Like being a photographer, you would shoot images which the customers will never buy. But then I do that for myself. But then the product or the images which will sell, I would not like it, or I would hate it. So it's a very fine balance as to what content you need to put up, so that you can start to get engagement and interaction with yourself or your brand or your company. And once you start to get that, you will start to find people start to trust you. And with video, as you guys know very well, is the quickest, fastest, cheapest way of building trust.
Absolutely.
And once somebody likes you and trusts you, they are going to buy from you eventually.
Right.
And that's right. What I did with you.
I was to say we had this discussion with Madeline Sklar yesterday, and she's talking about how she's using Twitter videos to really engender trust with her audience and build her business that way. And that seems to be a real untapped sort of rich vein of activity that you can go and harvest.
Yeah. I mean, videos are awesome. It's rather than emailing, just using videos. And then just YouTube in general is just a good place to really show up every single, maybe not every day, but on a regular basis, and have videos and just sharing. And it's easier. I mean, for me anyway, it's easier than writing. So creating a video and just shooting a video is easier. So
definitely, I'm in total agreement. Using I use Loom as as a way to write a quick customer service email to someone, because it saves me typing. I can just go show someone how to do it, and I think that definitely changes the game there.
And a quick say hello to I see Paul Thompson. Hey Paul, how's
Paul,
it going?
How you doing, mate?
He's having a horrible time in Bali.
I bet he is. Yeah,
horrible over there. Must be. Hey Paul, get to. He's an online course expert, and I just spoke to him a few days ago. So awesome to have you, Paul. Hopefully, I think we're going to be talking with you on a Facebook Live as well. So he's going to share some online course secrets and tips and strategies. And Salma says, "Hey Uzair, great to see you here." Salma Jaffrey. So,
hi Salma. Yeah, nice to see you that you're online.
Yeah. And so if you guys have any questions, this is the time to talk to an expert. Uzair, if you guys don't know, is Google certified and YouTube certified. So he knows all about it. So if you guys have any questions, he's got a ton of things that he's done Uzair, tell us a little bit about a quick story on your 90-day YouTube. It was a challenge for yourself that got you quite a bit of buzz as well.
So as you do every New Year on the 1st of January, New Year's resolution. So I was thinking, racking my brain, what should I do this year, or something different for me and my business? And I've been looking at video, the way it has been moving so quickly for the last 2-3 years. And I said, okay, I've got a YouTube channel. It's not doing anything. I had about 30 odd subscribers. And then I gave myself a challenge to upload a video a day for 90 days. And I made myself do it. And I told myself, even if I don't get a single like, dislike, view, share, comment, nothing happens, zilch, I'm going to carry on doing it, and not after day 5 or day 6, which has happened in the past. Why bother? Nobody is looking at or viewing my videos. I've carried on uploading regularly, and within, I would say, 20 days or so, I started to get a fair amount of engagement, interaction, comments, feedback from the viewers. And I thought, this is interesting, so I'm going to carry on doing it. And they started to give me more ideas, or we want to learn AdWords. And the thing which I would recommend you do is just pick up one niche or a sub niche. So I picked up Google Ads, or Google AdWords as it used to be called. So I did not talk about landing pages, email marketing, video marketing. I just focused on Google AdWords. And slowly I built up that content. And from 30 to about 1,000 subscribers, I think I hit that target within 50 days or 40 days or something like that. So right now, after 11 months or so, we're on just over 4,400.
That's awesome. And 4,400, that's a lot. I mean, for me, that's a lot. I'm sure for Patty, that's a lot. There are other people out there, and I was at, it's a YouTube conference a little while ago, and then people had over 200,000-300,000 subscribers. But it's not really about the number of subscribers, is it?
No, it's not. No, don't go after it. I personally believe the fun really starts after you hit the 10K mark, when everything starts to blow up. And you got to keep working hard, be consistent in uploading, and just keep testing, just keep tweaking, but make sure that your message is the same, and you build up that trust. So obviously to drive interaction and engagement on YouTube is fine, but you got to have a sales funnel at the back end. Otherwise, you're going to leak away. Everybody will come to your blog or website or YouTube or Facebook, but if you don't have anything, you're going to leak away. And this is what I was working since last year. I signed up with Thinkific, and I've got 2 courses on right now. And then I started to see a huge number of subscribers onto my courses and customers. So from YouTube, it is just a constant feed of new and fresh leads every day coming through to my courses. And the funny thing is, I started off with a view to sell courses online, but now they want me to manage the campaigns, offer them consultancy. So lots of other revenues which have opened up, which I never dreamed of. And I've got clients all over the world now. And just from my office in Little Leighton Buzzard, I can reach out to the world.
Nice. Awesome.
That's a great story. That really is a great story. And you know what? I was looking at your YouTube channel, and you can really see that consistency in terms of the color, the branding, the photos, even just the way it looks. You've been on that grind for the last, like you said, 11 months. But it's definitely clear that you've really made that habit.
I'll put the link in there. But
we'll drop the link.
You guys check it out in a different tab. Don't leave us.
Don't leave us. Not just yet. After. But you know what? That's interesting what you're saying about how it's now like a regular source of leads. So for those that are maybe looking to, let's say they've got a ton of content right now on YouTube, how could they make some changes to their YouTube channel so they're getting leads into their Thinkific account instead of like saying, go and donate on my Patreon, for example?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Patreon, you can obviously set up as well. And I come across and I meet a lot of course creators as well. And the confusion is, well, if I give away my content for free, they won't buy my stuff.
Right.
But you have got to give your best content. Otherwise, you won't build up that trust. If you give away half-baked content, they won't buy it, right? Because they would know that I'm trying to sell it. Don't try and sell. Just build up your engagement, build up your tribe, build up your followers, and then the dollars will follow afterwards. And I give away my best content. Try to give away my best content, and yeah, the results, as you can see, is happening every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, well done. Maybe let's dig into that a little bit, like just because that comes up a lot. Like people are like, well, why should I create online courses? All this stuff is on YouTube and it's free. So what's your thoughts around that, Uzair?
Well,
What you thought about that?
All the music videos are online on YouTube for free. Why do you still go to the App Store and buy the singles and the album?
Very good
point. Absolutely.
That's the best analogy I can give you.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So Thinkific is basically like the App Store.
App Store.
We're pretty much like Apple now.
Yeah. Same here. You know, you guys have your free trial and a free plan as well.
Yeah.
So people can try it for free without any obligation and see how it goes. And that's how you bring people into your funnel.
Yeah. I'd say, like, I think there's that element of like community, because, you know, you're building this community here on YouTube. Obviously, you're building your brand, you're building yourself as that go-to person for everything YouTube and AdWords related, and obviously everything else that comes with it.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I think that's one of the key differences between just going and binge watching a playlist on YouTube and having that accountability and community with your course creator or you with your students, and helping them achieve that result that either they're dreaming or looking for.
And the other piece of advice which I would highly recommend is reply to each and every comment if you can, because you get even more engagement when others look at a question being asked by someone and they see a reply. You will find a lot of the channels don't bother to reply back. And it's only the comments are about from the subscribers. But you go onto any of the videos where there are some comments, you will see that there is consistently, I allow about 10-15 minutes every day, which is more than enough. Sometimes it's 5 minutes of my day to just reply and say thank you for engaging and replying to their questions. And they ask even more. And once YouTube starts to see that there is a lot of engagement happening, they will start to push your videos in the search rankings. And on Google, that's where you want your videos to show up. When somebody types in how to create an online course, and your video pops up, and you will start to see more and more search spots on the Google page. You get 3 videos.
Awesome.
Now, one of my videos on call ads is coming before Google's own AdWords channel. Now, that's the biggest authority.
Yeah.
Well done, man.
That's amazing.
So anybody can compete with the big boys. So it's not about, I only got 100 subscribers. Yeah, it's great. So, make small goals.
Nice.
So my first goal was 100. Once I reach 100, then 200, then 400, and so on. And you just keep on building up.
Yeah. I think there's a lot to be said with like the little goals, because if you're like, my goal this month is get to like 10,000 subscribers, like you're gonna get burnt out, you're gonna get like frustrated because it's not gonna happen. So if you're like 100, first 50, that's fantastic.
Celebrate those. I was gonna say, like, celebrate those little wins. Wins, you've got to every step away. It's that saying. How do how do you eat an elephant? You can't eat it all once. You got to eat piece by piece.
One bite.
So that's a really weird analogy. I don't know if
Friday.
Is that an
You're into that sort of
Friday,
thing.
It's definitely can. I definitely
Friday
want coffee. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So look, I want to quickly. This is something some people may or may not be familiar about this, but it's there's something going on in the EU right now. It's the copyright directive that's coming out. And what it means, I guess, for certainly, I'm talking more generally for YouTubers now. There's going to be like a lot more like copyright restrictions on music and imagery and other types of media that you can put into your video, even where, you know, before you could say, I'm quoting this article, or I'm quoting this, I'm giving credit to this picture or to this music. You said, where do you see like the future of, because I don't want to be over dramatic about it, but where do you see the future of YouTube now? Because I think there's a lot of course creators and YouTubers and content creators that will rely on fair use.
Well, I mean, with my photography background, I do know a thing or two about copyrights.
Sure.
And it used to really cheese me off a lot when others would copy my images and use them on their website. It's basically stealing.
Yeah.
Right? Whether you steal online or you go and rob a bank or whatever, it's basically stealing. So you create content and I pick it up from YouTube or from somewhere online and start using it, selling it. You won't like it. So don't do it. And that's what my view is. It's simple, you know, don't do these silly things and just create your own content. There's so much we can all do. Why bother trying to infringe on these copyrights? And then eventually you will get slapped by Google and YouTube and you'll get your channel banned.
Yeah, I think that's good. You know, it's good things to take away, because you've got to always be careful. You know, even like when we've done Facebook Live, so we were doing a meetup, and I forget what happened. We had I think we just had some music playing in the background, and this is when we were like really, really new to the game. So we just like we had some like obviously, you know, some like music, radio music playing in the background. So it was commercial songs in there, but obviously we didn't realize that it was being picked up by the live stream, and hey presto, like the whole thing was just like struck off and turned off. So and it was like, oh, that's why, sort of thing. So for us, it's definitely been that. It's definitely been a learning process. So you've obviously got like amazing. And hopefully we're not taking too much more of your time, because I want to. Are we still good to keep going? Yeah. Fantastic. What I asked, what like someone like the best, best practices for someone who's starting off as a YouTube creator or a content creator for their online course? What's like the key things that they can do to get started?
First of all, just get started. Don't fuss about, I don't have a fancy green screen or a microphone or whatever. Get started. And then eventually you will perfect as you go along. If you try to be a perfectionist, you have a very big problem, because you will never start. You will tweak, change, you know, delete, then do again. Some of my earlier videos I uploaded, I cringe. Oh my God, what was I doing? You know? But you put it out there, and then you perfect as you go along. And nowadays, with so much content out there, you can learn very quickly how to create simple things and keep things very, very simple. Now, you may have seen some of my videos. It's nothing. It's me sitting in my chair with a green screen, and then I'm recording my screen and showing workflow tutorials on how to use YouTube or AdWords or whatever. You won't find any fancy transitions and kinetic typography and music and jingles and all sort of things. I just keep it very, very simple, because why incur that cost? You know, somebody has to sit and do it. If you're doing it yourself, it's your time. If you're getting somebody to edit your videos, again, it's time. So get it out there and keep things very, very simple. And people like simple things. They feel that it's more realistic. Otherwise, it feels like it has been staged, managed, and produced. And it doesn't feel like it is genuine. So you be yourself, and then you'll find that people start to trust you and follow you.
Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah, definitely. Got to be. You have to be authentic, and you have to be. People got to connect with you, right? It's good. That's the way it's got to be. Obviously, we've got a few more questions that are coming into the chat. So I think there's a few. If I come through, if I'm not.
I think
mistaken,
there's a couple questions for sure in the studio. I think a lot of it was like just how do you get started, right? So, and I think a lot of people are just like on the fence. Maybe it's that perfection thing, and it's like, hey, I'm not sure. I don't have the right cameras. I don't have the fancy lights and all that stuff. So I think you've kind of covered it there. You've nailed it there. Just get started, right?
So my equipment cost is, I would say, the lighting kit, which I've got, is about less than $100.
Mm-hmm.
A microphone, which is about $70 odd. Mm-hmm. Screen flow for a Mac, I think it's $99 or something like that. And that's it really. And I don't have anything except that green screen behind me, which is about $70 odd or so. And that's about it really. The thing which I would recommend you do is to start with a Google spreadsheet or Google Sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And start putting in all your ideas as a video so you don't forget. Okay, and then systemize it and manage all your workflow so that you don't end up in a mess. Because there's so many things to do from the point you shoot the video, edit, upload, title, tag, description, and all the other bits and pieces which you need to do. So it made me, it forced me to systemize my whole workflow to a point now that we have got a very good workflow of about 100 different steps of checklist to do for each and every video when we produced it. So I've got my team behind me now, and then all they do is once the video is shot, they'll start to work so I can then concentrate on doing other stuff. But in the first 2-3 months, I was doing it myself because I had to learn it and change the system. And then once you have a system in place, to scale it is not a problem.
Yeah.
Fantastic. No, that's really good. You know what? We've been missing a bunch of questions on YouTube Live. So super sorry, guys. We were looking at the wrong screen here. My bad. So Uzair, we're just going to go through this and just really quickly. Charlie says Abbotsford, BC. So she's from Abbotsford. That's awesome. Local here in Vancouver. Got somebody here from Toronto. Interested to know your opinion on sharing videos prepared on other social platforms. Is it encouraged or frowned upon to share YouTube videos on LinkedIn?
No,
not at all. Not at all, right? Yeah, I mean,
the more the merrier.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, we share our videos.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Paddy's great at that, man.
Yeah, LinkedIn is like I'm enjoying LinkedIn, using LinkedIn a lot right now because again, it seems to be that place where there's not a lot of video activity taking place, so you can instantly make yourself stand up. So yeah, absolutely. If you've got your video there, get it. Make sure you're doing it and put it into LinkedIn. Actually, Uzair, can I ask you a question? Is there any particular scheduling or any scheduling or social media tools? Because I'm sure you or your team members won't just go to every single site and upload the video. Is there like tools that take care of a lot of the automation for you?
Yeah, we used to do the scheduling used to use it, but we found that the reach was pretty much zero, next to nothing. So I would say just do it manually.
Okay.
Everybody will have their own opinions on this, but that's what we are doing now is, if I'm updating 6 times a day through buffer or whatever, and nobody's seeing it, what's the point?
Interesting.
When I upload manually and 10 people see it, at least I've got some eyeballs on my...
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's not being seen? Is it something to do with the
algorithms?
Yeah.
Because Facebook and all these LinkedIn, they want people not to just automate everything. Otherwise, it's just going to be a community of bots and software and apps rather than humans.
True. Yeah, true.
That's a really good point, actually. That's a really good point.
It's a good point.
Okay, so we got
Peter.
Peter, I hope is it Peter or Peter? I want to make sure I got this right. How do you guys separate free content from paid, and what do you include in free content and what do you include in paid content?
Good question.
Yeah, great question. And let's say I've got a chapter in in one of my paid courses. And that chapter has got 6 videos. I can upload video 1 on YouTube. And then after 2-3 weeks, upload another one from the same chapter. But now in YouTube, obviously you can have playlists, but then in between I will have lots of other videos with different topics. It's the same Google ads, but there will be something about keyword research, or it could be something about campaign setup or ad groups, extensions. There's so many other things. So on YouTube, you won't get all the content in a very organized way. So what you're paying me for my courses is that all the content is organized and structured, and Thinkific makes it super easy. So I can put up videos, PDFs, links, other multimedia content on there. And obviously I will answer questions on YouTube as well. But in Thinkific, I would answer them in hours rather than a day or 2 on YouTube.
Right.
So getting more value for more value for your money.
For your money. Yeah, I think it's worth just spending another moment in. Sorry, this question comes up all the time. It's like again, like everything is free. Yeah, everything is free on YouTube. So why do I even have to? How can I charge for my courses? And I think Patty, you answer this all the time in our webinars and stuff.
Yeah.
It's about the journey, right? So
yeah, exactly. People are looking for they want a transformation, and part of that is it's
a shortcut.
Yeah, it's a shortcut, right? So you've got to get that person from A to B as quick as possible. So
and then obviously, sorry, Patty, to interrupt, but on Thinkific, they can see which ones have they viewed and which ones they haven't.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You can see straight away what if people are actually taking your course or not. And if you find that people are signing up for your course but not completing it, that is for me a huge red flag that you need to go and investigate pretty quickly and find out why. Because it could be a case that people have either already got the transformation or or they've already fulfilled that objective that they wanted from your course. And then everything else is not necessary.
I don't totally agree with that concept, because you may be doing everything right, but there are lots of what we call the seminar junkies. They will go from one to the other and they just keep buying stuff. They'll buy my course, they'll buy your course, they'll buy Rob's course, and then they keep on buying and buying and buying, but don't take action.
Yeah, I think
you need to just have a fine balance. Yes, you're right. As if they are not completing the course, I can't force them. They're not a 6-year-old that I'm going to make them sit down and do their homework or make them watch the videos. Well, they've invested. So if they're not going to use that investment wisely,
that's true.
I can't do anything.
I think that's a fair point. And that's why I think also having just free, also having some free courses as well. Some people may, or watching free videos, sometimes people may just drift in and out. But I think if you price your course correctly, or your premium, whatever your premium course or membership site or offering is, if it's priced correctly, it then really does incentivize people to take action. But I know what you're saying, Zed. There are absolutely people out there that will just almost it's almost like a buzz thing that they want to just go and buy it just for the I'm just being part of this type thing. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
So we've got a few more questions.
Hopefully that answers your question there, Peter. Is Charlotte? Is it?
Oh, Charlotte's my sister. Yeah. Hi, Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte.
My sister's on the live stream today.
Nice to meet you. There you go. You could catch Patty here every single day. Every single day. Okay. Inner Beauty TV. I've got started on YouTube using my iPad as a camera. It's awesome. And filming outside for natural lighting until I could purchase more. That's perfect. That's all. That's the best light is natural light.
Yeah, natural light. Absolutely.
So
that's a really good point, actually. And I remember Riley's he's heads up our video team here, creates amazing amazing content. And that was always been the thing, that every time, if we can't get a lighting right in a studio or anywhere else, it's like, let's just go
outside,
right outside, and let's just make it happen. Yeah, that's a great hack, and definitely one that people can go and again take action right away. Everyone's got everyone's got a mobile phone, everyone's got a cell phone. They've all got pretty good cameras on them these days, so you don't have to spend a ton of money on a lot of other things. You can just get stuff done with your phone. And I think was it Matt? It's Matt.
Matt Hughes.
Matt Hughes,
out of London as well.
Yeah, he's he does his video editing on his phone, which I thought was like pretty incredible.
Guys.
Yeah. Have you done anything like that, Uzair?
What, using the iPhone to?
Like editing your movies on your phone. Have you done anything like that before?
I know a few people who edit all the time because they shoot from their iPhones.
Yeah,
that's perfect. And some of my students do that as well. They'll just put take out the camera, shoot it, and then use a iMovie or a KineMaster or something like that, edit and upload to YouTube, which is fine. Personally, I don't do it. It's because of the way I've got my setup. So I've got the luxury of a complete setup over here. But I do know a lot of people who do it. And also, I'm not shooting on location. If I was shooting on location, I would definitely use my smartphone. Because I spoke to a friend of mine, and he said, "Oh, I've got the DSLR, I've got my lenses and all these expensive kit." I said, why are you bothering with that? You can use it, but just use your phone, get started. And then you progress to the DSLRs and all the high-end kit. But you don't need it. You just need good quality content and just get started.
So I want to just touch back on what you were saying earlier about when you create content, or when you're creating a content, or let's say we've got people now, because we've just dropped the 90-day video marketing YouTube video marketing challenge that
where you did the 90 days
on that article you done on SEMrush. And what's the first few steps that people can take to create content? What can they do to figure out what it is that either they want to create? Actually, I'm going to rephrase that question. What is it?
Let's have coffee.
More coffee.
A little bit more coffee.
1 second.
We'll get it.
What's the best way for someone to figure out what type of content that they can create with purpose, instead of just like uploading the video and just saying, "Hi, it's Paddy, I'm going to teach you about course creation"? What's the best way to figure it out?
So I'll talk about myself, how I did that. I looked at all my competitors, what others were doing, and there were 4 or 5 people whose videos kept popping up about AdWords. The one thing which they weren't doing were putting themselves on the screen. So it was either the ScreenFlow or Camtasia just recording their screen and with a voiceover, or it could be a Google slide or a PowerPoint presentation with a voiceover.
Okay.
I said, okay, I'm going to do it this way. And just putting myself and green screening myself on the bottom right-hand corner has made the biggest had the biggest effect on the interaction and the engagement, because people start to trust you even more. They can see you, they can hear you, they can see who you are, what you do, rather than a voice which just is saying something and is just a screen.
Right.
Yeah. That's my biggest tip, which I would give to anyone. Don't be shy. I've got a face for a radio.
Is that a UK thing or no?
I say that joke all the time. So I'm so glad my fellow Brit here is doing that as well.
That's gonna be the title of this YouTube.
So you just get started. Just get started.
Just get started. Awesome. I'm gonna let's see if there's any other questions here. We just dropped the link to the SEMrush article that covered your 90-day challenge in both the YouTube.
And that has got a 40-minute video as well, which shows how I did that.
Awesome. That's great.
That's awesome.
Going back to tools, I know we touched on social media tools, but like, is there any tools on YouTube that, or like for YouTube that you kind of, I know one for sure that you recommend, but maybe, what are some of the tools that you recommend?
Yeah. So Morning Fame is absolutely a must have, because it gives me the unfair advantage right now, as not many people are using it. This is going to become huge very soon. And Nico, who created this app, is amazing.
Yeah.
It can really give you that intelligence, which you need as to how competitive a keyword is, whether to go for it or not. Because if you are competing against very competitive key phrases and keywords, you are going to get zero result. So you need to build up that authority. So what I did initially was to go after the low-hanging fruit, which had less traffic, which is fine. So start getting those videos ranked. It's the same thing like when we start going to the gym, we can't just go to a gym and start running 10K or start lifting heavy weights and all that. We start slowly, right? And then we start to see the results. And the more we go to the gym, the more we are going to get the results, not just buying membership and going once a month. And then after a few months say, well, this is a waste of time because I'm not losing weight or getting fit or whatever, or getting stronger. So you need to build up that authority. And once your channel builds up that authority, you'll be able to knock down other competitor channels with whatever keywords you put up on your video. So with Morning Fame, you get into that habit of titles, description, tags, and what others are doing, those custom thumbnails which people upload, whether they are somebody will click on it or not. And the other one I use is TubeBuddy. That again, I use it in conjunction with Morning Fame, and both of the tools are an absolute must-have if you are serious about YouTube.
Perfect. Yeah, we talked to Nico for Morning Fame.
Yeah, what guy?
Great guy. It's actually invite only, so maybe Uzair. I'm not sure if you have if you have like a referral code, because you can't actually just sign up for Morning Fame.
No, it's an invite only code. Let me dig one out.
You gotta know people in high places. No, you just need a referral code.
Need a referral code. But yeah, Nico was giving us an overview of the platform, and it is you can definitely see for someone who has got even like a small amount of experience with YouTube, the enormous benefit that they can get out of using it. And also TubeBuddy as well. Like the team over there are again absolutely superb.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's really fun, when you start to see how weak your competition is, and you can think it's kind of like it is a boxing match. When I see other videos above mine, I want to knock them down. And I'm sure they feel the same when they see my videos above them. So it's a constant battle, a boxing match, and the strongest will win and stays at the top.
You gotta that's right. You gotta be consistent. You got to be consistent. And I think I think that's definitely a key message. Because we see a lot of people that start channels, or they'll do maybe just like you said. You started previous challenges. You got up to, what was it, day 5, day 6, and then you stopped uploading. But consistency is what also is going to ensure you're staying.
And I'll say it's not easy.
No,
it's not easy. Otherwise, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So you've got to be very strong-minded. You got to really focus. And I've done some really long days until midnights and 7-day weeks. And my wife's been nagging me, when you'll be home, you're never home. But then you've got to get disciplined and just make sure that, you start creating content. And when you start to see results, which I'm seeing, you enjoy it even more.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. We've got a question here from Peter. So I think just clarifying his question on YouTube Live. I guess my question is, how do you structure your topic with free content that leads to a paid course, since you need many free videos on YouTube for good lead lead management or lead generation, I suppose. One is not enough, especially if you are new to YouTube. So do you have any thoughts on that? I know we've got probably a couple of suggestions.
When I do the keyword research, I pick up keywords or phrases which has got high volume searches. So I know people are hungry for that topic or that content. And then I start creating them and putting them up. So always do your keyword research first before you create the content, and not the other way around.
Awesome.
I was going to say, and on that keyword research, is there like a key 1 or 2 or 3 things that people need to be aware of when they're researching?
Well, I mean, I'm using Morning Fame. It tells me, there's 4 or 5 metrics. And if I get the green light for them, I'm going to go after that keyword. And it's super simple. I'm sure, Rob, when you spoke to Nico, I don't know whether he did a demo or not, but it's super simple, and we can hop on a call another time and I can go through how I do my keyword research. Not a problem.
Sounds good. And I'm pretty sure you have a video on it on YouTube. So we'll find that. We'll find one of those and link to it. But yeah, no, Morning Fame is fantastic, man. It makes it super easy. Like literally, like it'll tell you, like it even tells you if you sort of like, if you put different titles for your videos, and it'll tell you where you would probably rank on the search page. It'll like, oh, this would put you on number 6 spot.
It tells you which ones you'll knock out and what video will replace. Yeah. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Nico's a genius. Awesome. We've got another question from YouTube Live. A little of your, Peter, give a little of your best content based on your audience's pain points for free or low value to get the leads to turn into sales. Do this through a funnel. So so just answering Peter's question there. That's fantastic. Yeah. Awesome. Well, we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes. So if you guys are live on Facebook or on YouTube, drop your questions. Uzair is here with us. As a YouTube expert, Google certified guy, and so he knows all his stuff here. So ask all of your questions live. If you guys are watching on the replay, then same thing. Just drop a comment with your questions, and we'll answer it. And if not, we'll chase down Uzair to answer it for you. But yeah, what are you going to be working on for 2019? We're wrapping up the year. More YouTube.
2019. So my next goal is to reach the 10K subscribers. So my goal is to reach that by the summer, if not earlier. So I'm just going to focus on this channel because it's bringing me a lot of work from all over the world. And you get noticed. It's a big world out there, and I'm sure everyone has got some kind of expertise, know-how, knowledge. Don't just keep it inside. Put it out there, and the magic happens. And YouTube is absolutely brilliant to build up that trust. And I wish I had started this long time ago.
Yeah. It's that old saying, isn't it? The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now.
It's today.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Good. Well, I think on that note, let's wrap it up. We will continue. We'll add in. There's a few links that I need to add into the comments. So yeah, your website and everything, where you can find your YouTube channel and everything. So we'll add that on the comments for everyone, both on YouTube and on Facebook.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for your time, Uzair. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much, mate.
Thanks for having me, and thank you to everyone for joining in and also watching the recording.
Awesome.
Well, let's just ask you, what's the best place they can go find you, mate?
Well, yeah, my website, sfdigital.co.uk, or I'm on LinkedIn as well.
What's your YouTube channel address? We get that in there?
YouTube as well, so you can find me.
Fantastic. Uzair, thank you so much, mate. It's a real pleasure and amazing value being given to the audience today. And we look forward to inviting you again. Possibly we'll do your 10K celebration live.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a pleasure of mine.
Sounds good, man. Awesome. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend.
And you. Bye.